Welcome to this video where I'm going to be sharing which tools you need to buy to build the ultimate DIY starter kit. And my biggest secret has been revealed that I'm not standing in a real library, but I need to zoom out so I can show you the tools. So I've had a delivery come today and I'm going to unbox this so we can have a look and see what's inside, with a Stanley knife being one of the first tools part of the toolkit. So most of these tools actually came from one brand, which is Ox Tools, and also I've got obviously the Dewalt tools as well. But you can find these tools widely available on the market. Just make sure they're trade specific. You don't want to be buying junk. Obviously, it could cause problems. They might wear out. They might be a bit worse. So make sure you're getting trade quality tools wherever you go. Amazon obviously has a wide range selection of tools as well. So let's get into it. The first item is actually not a tool, it's a t-shirt. I thought, new year, new me, different brand. But don't worry guys, I've still got the trusted Dewalt t-shirt underneath. You'll be happy to know. But I thought, yeah, a bit of a change this year, to get some more clothes in the wardrobe. As we're working our way through, we've got a miniature level and a magnetic combination square. Now you'll notice that with a miniature level specifically, most of these tools will fit inside of a toolbox, so you don't have to have large storage space or large vehicle space in your car or your van. Most of it's going to fit just like this mini hacksaw inside of your toolbox. This box is mostly filled with hand tools, such as a tape measure, but later on I do have some power tools just down here in the corner to show you kind of like the drills and stuff that you might also need to use. Now the reason why you should be interested in this video is because even though we are property investors and we want to build big portfolios, well I do anyway, and I'm sure some of you guys watching also want to build your portfolios, it's also handy to have these kind of tools laying around the house, nice and organised, so that if you're ever called upon to go to the trade, to the job site, to the project, and you need something measuring or you need to level something and you need to send that off to the trades to get a quotation, it's obviously always handy to have something instead of asking for borrow someone else's tools. Okay, so this is the reason why I wanted to get this point across. So we've got here a little Stanley knife that will fit inside the toolbox. Some mini hacksaw blades, which goes with this, which we showed earlier. We also have these interlocking drawer organisers, which are particularly useful, especially if you want to store things like screws, nuts and bolts, jointing kits for your pipework, such as elbows and T-joints. Obviously just keeps things nice and organised without just falling all over your van or your car. There's actually two of these, so I'll leave those there. We then have a range of pliers, such as these diagonal cutting pliers, also the combination pliers, and finally the long nose pliers, which are all particularly useful for any electrical work and cable work. And the final few items in this box are these adjustable wrenches and a trusted claw hammer. So that's all the items from the first box. We'll now get on to the second box. And if you're not aware, I actually don't have any trade qualifications or apprenticeships. But I did want to learn how to do most of the jobs on site, such as the tiling, the flooring, the kitchens, etc., so that I didn't get the wool pulled over my eyes, so that I could make better decisions. What I mean by that is if I had a plasterer come and give me a quote, for example, for a room, for the four walls and the ceiling, I now know through experience of being on site how much the materials are going to cost and how much time roughly it's going to take, and their hourly, daily rate, etc. So it's more about gaining that experience on the refurb site to then make better decisions when those quotations come in, because I've got the experience to obviously make that decision now. Aha. Finally, we get to my favourite part, a toolbox, or tool bag, I should say. I'm going to open this up actually, because I'm interested to see. All this time, never really had a proper toolbox. Kind of tools just everywhere, all over the garage. So I was excited to get to this bit. This is it. So inside, we've got our strap, which you can choose optionally whether to use or not. And then lots of little pockets, for your pliers, your screwdrivers, your tape measures. And then obviously the main base could be for your power tools. And obviously little pockets around the side as well. So quite a cool little tool bag. We then have one of my favourite items is a tough carbon all-in-one marking pencil. Now these are an awesome piece of kit. I actually got one of these for my dad for Christmas. And it's basically, yeah, a pencil, but next generation. Different coloured lead, wax lead, I believe. It can go in there. It's got a built-in sharpener, and it's designed to go on metal, wood, plastic, brick and block work, and glass. So all-in-one marking pencil. Pretty cool stuff. Never owned one before. First time I've got one. We also have some more t-shirts, you'll be happy to know. Not actually sponsored by Dewalt, although a lot of people think I am, because I go on holiday wearing their stuff. And then another organiser, which is the third one. So we've got 3 of those, because obviously lots of little pieces to keep hold of. And the final piece in the box is a screwdriver set, which is flathead and posi head as well. So both big must for this, guys, to keep inside of your tool bag or toolbox. Yep, can't beat a good set of screwdrivers. So that's it in terms of the Ox tools. We're now going to move on to some of the power tools, which are primarily from Dewalt. But also let me know in the comments what your favourite tool brand is, because obviously there's big debates over Milwaukee, Erbauer, obviously Dewalt are up there, Ox tools. So yeah, let me know what you think is your favourite brand of tool. So we'll whiz through these power tools, starting with my favourite, which is the good old impact driver, a must-have in your toolbox. This is what you're going to be using majority when you're screwing into materials. This is what you'll need for that. Second thing is a combination drill, different to the impact driver. This is what you'll use when you're particularly drilling into walls, for example, masonry, brickwork, or even woodwork, using actually some drill bits, and particularly useful like plugging up TV brackets and putting the raw plugs in, for example. This is what you're going to use to drill that hole to begin with. Try and space these out nice and neat for you to see them, and I'll leave them on there as well. Then we can move on to, well, this isn't a tool, but it's a battery. Obviously you need the battery. Make sure you get the right ones. Obviously there's an 18 volt battery. That's an 18 volt drill. You can get a smaller version, which is, I've actually got one. These are the 12 volt versions. So as you can see, just very quickly, the 12 volt version is smaller, so less power. I wouldn't really recommend. I'd just go for the 18 volt, in my opinion. Obviously you can see the difference there. Maybe more intricate work, you could use the 12 volt stuff, maybe for like drilling into kitchen cabinets, things like that. You could use that, but for the majority part, you'd be using the 18 volt, a bit more powerful. And there's your battery charger. You can also get these T-stack tool boxes, tool storage, quite useful. And they actually do stack on top of each other, so less likely to fall over in the van. Moving on, we have the jigsaw. Useful, cutting around wood, etc. I use this for laminate flooring as well, getting out the joints. Yep, useful tool to have, definitely. I also had a multi-tool, but I think I've lost it. I don't know how I lost it. I can't find it, but a multi-tool is a must, and if I can't find it, I'll have to get a new one. They're a brilliant piece of kits, having a multi-tool in your armoury. The next drill is new because I've got a damp-proof course to do next week, so I ordered a brand new one. Well, it looks used. I ordered a brand new one, and this is more for heavy-duty drilling. So wouldn't use this, it'll burn out. So use one of these SDS drills with a big masonry bit, which I do have, but just not here. I'll get it in a minute just to show you how long they are, but X wide, I think it's 300 millimeters, so probably a little bit longer. So yeah, you'll need one of these if you're doing any heavy duty drilling. But you can also use the SDS drill, this one, for chiseling. So, you know, taking off plaster, etc. Get some chisel bits like this, and that'll make your life a lot easier. So finally, not a power tool, but something that I wanted to mention is obviously have your silicone gun. So obviously that's your tube of silicone that fits in there. A real must, again, as part of the toolkit. And finally, for safety measures, always have a mask. So there you go, guys. That was a list of the tools of essentials that I think that every property investor should have in their toolkit. I'm sure there's stuff that I've missed out, so if there is, let me know in the comments what other tools that you would include in this. There was one more thing which I don't have with me. It's a damp-proof meter that I do carry around with me on property viewings. Pop it in, obviously see if there's any moisture getting into the property. That will help with budgeting and getting quotations in. I'm doing a damp-proof course video next week, so make sure to stay tuned for that one. And I really hope that you've enjoyed this video on the Property Investor Starter Kit for your tools. If you do like the video, leave it with a like, subscribe to the channel, comment down below on any tools that I may have missed, and I will see you guys in the next one.